Are you a fan of Superman? Well, click subscribe and check this out. We've had various incarnations of Superman over the years. We've had the Christopher Reeve, we've had, if you want to go back to the George Reeve and the black and white shows and various cartoons, Brandon Routh, we've had Lois and Clark, we've had Smallville. But I tell you what, for those of you who haven't seen Superman and Lois, this is how you do it. I think there's been a big struggle with regards to Superman. A lot of people didn't like Man of Steel. It's too dark, it's too edgy. There's certain things that Superman wouldn't do. And then you've got the flip side of it where it's too light and fluffy all the time. One thing a lot of the writers should have taken note from was the animated films. The DC animated films are blinding. Then you've got Superman and Lois. This is my opinion on it. You might agree with me, you might not. I think this is how superhero shows should be made. If you watched it, you wouldn't realise actually it's a CW show because it's not all light and airy. There isn't lots of politics and representation chucked down your throat. There's some, but it's a good balance. They do it without alienating or forcing a narrative really with anyone. And in a nutshell... Help! I'm in a nutshell! It's pretty spot on so far. If the CW had a child with the Man of Steel film, this is what it would turn out like. The dark elements of the motion picture, and then it's also got still elements of Smallville. I think a lot of people will agree with me that Smallville was really good fun. This show combines the two, but not enough to make it cheesy. When Tyler Hoechlin first appeared in Supergirl, I was honestly underwhelmed. His performance in Supergirl wasn't good enough. Then they announced he was going to be playing Superman in the spin-off series, and I thought, oh mate, surely not. But he's proved me completely wrong. In this series, I think he's absolutely perfect, and I'm really glad that they didn't keep the dodgy, bad-fitting suit that he was wearing in Supergirl. They've upgraded it. The suit is very much more Man of Steel, so it's a massive upgrade. The suit in Supergirl was pretty awful, and it had a baggy bit around the neck, which used to wind me up. Got Betsy Tulloch, who plays Lois Lane. The guys who do Jonathan and Jordan Kent do a really good job. And Wally Parks, who plays John Henry Irons, aka Steel, he is brilliant. I hope they keep his character going and they find a good place for him in season 3, because when he's in it, I think the whole show is better. He plays a really good supporting role to Superman. Also, another character who I hope returns is Adam Rayner, who plays Morgan Edge in the series, but he eventually becomes Tyro, who is Kal-El's brother, which is a bit of a differentiation to any of the comics I've seen, where Morgan Edge was never Kryptonian. But you know, it's a bit of a rewrite for a show, but this particular rewrite works. I hope they can bring him back in some capacity, because even his relationship with Clark/Superman works well, and they have some really good moments. For a television show, the effects are better than you would expect from a CW show. The acting is acceptable and not cringe, and the writing and dialogue is way beyond what you would expect from a CW show. I was worried it was going to mainly focus on his family, but it really doesn't. It is very much a Superman show, an established Superman that is now married to Lois, and they have a family, and it's how they deal with that and how they move forward with that and how they live their lives regarding this and him actually being Superman. Season 3 is coming up soon, and a few additions that are going to be added to season 3 is Bruno Mannheim is coming in. Sam Lane is now coming out of retirement and is going to be General again, which is great. John Diggle's a question mark, because obviously he appears at the end of the last series, but he is not John Diggle of Earth Prime. He's John Diggle of this world. They've made it very clear that this is not Earth Prime. This is set on a separate world to the Arrowverse, so this is not part of the Arrowverse. So hopefully that means it can continue even though everything else is being cancelled. I like John Diggle's character in Arrow. I think he would be a good addition to the cast. And apparently Lex Luthor's going to be coming back and he's going to be recast. I really hope they get John Cryer, because he was one of the shining lights in Supergirl, considering he's done a lot of comedy and stuff in the past. I thought he played Lex Luthor really well. For a television show, I thought he did a really good job, and I think a lot of people agree with that. I hope they get him back. If not, you know, it'd be exciting to see who they cast as Lex Luthor. Anyway, this is just going to be a short one to show my appreciation for the show. I'm not digging it out, I'm not ripping it to pieces, I'm just saying, if you haven't seen it and you're a fan of Superman, I would definitely check it out. Even though it is a CW show, it is superior to what's come before. It is a genuinely good show. Let me know what you think in the comments section. Thank you for listening. Please check out my next video. It's coming very soon. Please click subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.